Good morning and welcome to all BSc first year students of Fishery Science in online lecture series of semester 2nd, paper number 3rd, freshwater aquaculture technology. In this paper 3rd, this is the last point of this unit. Introduction to types of aquaculture, and in this introduction types of aquaculture, these are to be classified aquaculture, these are to be differentiated according to different criteria. Various criteria, due to these various criteria, this aquaculture, these are to be classified or these are to be differentiated, in which we have seen the number of criteria. The first criteria, we have seen that culture of aquaculture on quality of water, fresh water, marine water, brackish water. Second criteria, culture based on commercial consideration or economical consideration. Classified aquaculture into three types: extensive aquaculture, intensive aquaculture and semi-intensive aquaculture. Then aquaculture, these are to be differentiated on number of fish species. These are to be cultured, either monoculture or either polyculture or composite fish culture. The fourth, culture based on different design construction. Aquaculture, these are to be divided into number of different designs, that is raceway culture, cage culture, pen culture, reservoir culture, pond culture, tank culture, culture of berries. All these are the different design construction. Then we have seen that is culture based on the climatic conditions. Fifth criteria, culture based on climatic conditions, that is either cold water fish culture or the warm water fish culture. And then last criteria we have seen, that is the culture based on the differential conditions such as integrated fish culture, integrated aquaculture, in which we have said, see first, that is aquaculture based on or culture with agricultural crop. Fish culture, these are to be done with simultaneously culture of agricultural crop such as paddy, such as other different crops, coconut or varieties of the crop, to which simultaneously fish culture, these are to be done during last period. All these are to be seen. Now today's part, last aspect we have seen that this unit, that is integrated fish farming. How fishes these are to be cultured, how fishes these are to be grow, these are to be growing by the integrated fish farming. This is the important aspect, and paddy cum fish culture is the also the part of the integrated fish farming, which is to be our study last period. In this integrated fish farming, the first point we have completed, paddy cum fish culture or culture with fishes with paddy fields or the rice. Then second, horticulture with integrated fish farming. Horticulture with integrated fish farming. The dikes and the adjoining areas, the dikes and the adjoining areas of the ponds can be utilized, can be best utilized for horticulture crops. What is the mean by horticulture? The dikes or the adjoining areas of the ponds, tanks, reservoirs can be best utilized for the horticulture. Horticulture, that is varieties of crops, varieties of the trees or varieties of the fruit, vegetable. These fruit trees, these are to be cultured and these are to be used to increase these fruit production. It is also important to help the economy of that fish culture. The top, inner and the outer dikes, the top, inner and the outer dikes means upper top of the dike, inner top of the dike and the outer top area of the dike can be planted with the dwarf variety of coconut, dwarf variety of mango, dwarf variety of banana, dwarf variety of the guava. Means these mango, coconut, guava, banana or these varieties of the other trees, these are to be cultured on the dike, on the top, inner or the outer side of the dike of the ponds, and it can be grow and this is important aspect as well as important source to increase to culture the horticulture. And side by land can be used for planting pineapple, ginger, turmeric and chilies. Means not only these are to be cultured, top, inner or the outer, but side portion of this land, side portion of these embankment, these ponds, reservoir, it can be used for planting pineapple, for planting ginger, for planting turmeric, chilies, carrot. For these varieties of horticulture, these are to be done nearby the dike, nearby the outer side of the ponds, outer side of the tank. The exchanging water can be used. The exchanging water can be used to water the plants which is rich in organic load. The exchanging water can be used to water the plants which is rich in organic load. The residues from the vegetables cultivated could be recycled. The residues from the vegetable cultivated could be recycled into fish ponds, particularly when stocked with fishes like grass carp, when fishes such as mrigals, means those fishes these are to be used dead decaying food materials. Those fishes these are to be used as a food of vegetable such as grass carp. These fishes these are to be cultured. Definitely it is helpful, definitely it is to be important for the production of the fish as well as for the production of the horticulture. And hence when simultaneously fish culture is to be cultured with these side to these dikes or the outer or inner edges of these ponds, these water bodies, when these are to be, we can use a vegetable or we can use a fruit plantations such as banana, such as coconut, such as mango, such as guava, such as other varieties of the pineapple, ginger, turmeric, chili, or those these are to be available in your areas. These are to be cultured, these are to be grown. Definitely it can be produce some fruits, and these are to be helpful to increase your economy, increase your that is the production, and it is useful to earn the somehow money. I means those waste material these are to be wasted, these are to be recycled, these are to be used as a food for the fishes, these are to be used as a fodder for the fishes, or it is to be used as a food or the debris, and these are to be helpful. It is called as horticulture cum fish integrated farming. It is called as the horticulture cum fish integrated farming, means culture of these plants with fishes, with dikes, with embankment. It is to be useful, it is to be important. Then second, mushroom cum fish integrated farming. Mushroom cum fish integrated farming. We have know that, we have heard the mushroom. In ancient time, natural mushroom these are to produce when there is a clouding, these are to be seen. Rainy season these are to be occur. But it is to be very, very less quantity. Today, these mushroom these are to be cultured, cultivated in a warehouse. It is to be cultured in a polythene house, and when these are to be cultured in a polythene house, in a warehouse, and these are to be produced a good quality of mushroom which is to be high market value, and these are the best source. Today everywhere mushroom these are to be sold in market, available in restaurant, and this mushroom these are the additional source for the income of the agricultural crop or the fish farmers. And hence culture of mushroom with fishes, it is called as mushroom cum fish farming, or it is also called as mushroom cum fish integrated farming. Cultivation of mushroom requires high degree of humidity. Cultivation of mushroom requires high degree of humidity, and therefore its cultivation along with aquaculture is the tremendous scope, and it is the good chance for the aquaculturists as well as good chance for the mushroom culturists when simultaneously in a same water body, when we have cultured mushroom culture as well as with fish culture, both these are to be important, and it is to be a tremendous scope. As Agaricus biforus, then Holarilla species and Pleuroptus species are commercially cultured mushrooms in India. As Agaricus biforus, as Holarilla species and Pleuroptus species are commercially cultured mushroom species in India, and when these mushrooms are to be cultured with simultaneous culture of aquatic animal, culture of fishes, it can produce one side fish production is to be formed and another side that is production of the mushroom, which is to be helpful to increase the economy of fish farmers. Then next is the sericum fish integrated farming, sericulture. Sericulture or the sericum fish integrated farming. In this fish farming system, silkworm is to be cultured. In this culture system, in this integrated fish farming system, when fishes these are to be cultured with silkworm along with fish culture, when fishes these are to be cultured with along with silkworm culture, it is called as sericum fish culture, or it is also called as seri fish integrated fish farm. Here mulberry leaves, mulberry leaves produced is primarily consumed by the silkworm. Primarily these leaves these are to be used by the silkworm, and the fishes of the silkworm, waste matter of the silkworm, fecal matter of the silkworm is directly applied to the fish pond to increase the natural food organisms, natural food diets and detritus food diet and bacteria is in fish pond. Means these fecal matter of mulberry, waste debris of mulberry leaves, then silkworm waste material, these are to be act as a food for fishes, and means simultaneously one side we have culture aquatic animal, culture fishes, in another hand we have culture the sericulture, we have culture the silkworm and the mulberry, which is to be important for the culture, and hence seri fish integrated farming or sericum fish culture, these are the another important source for fish farming, important source for the fish culture. Then livestock integrated fish farming. Which are the livestock? Which are the live fishes? Number of live fishes. These are to be integrated, these are to be cultured. Livestock integrated fish farming system includes cattle fish cum fish farming, pig cum fish farming, poultry cum fish farming, duck cum fish farming, goat cum fish farming, rabbit cum fish farming. All of these are to be called as livestock integrated fish farming. Means one side live animal these are to be cultured, and in another side we have cultured the aquatic animal, that is fishes. Which are the livestock integrated fish farming? Cattle cum fish farming, pig cum fish farming, poultry cum fish farming, duck cum fish farming, goat cum fish farming, rabbit cum fish farming, sheep cum fish farming. When all these are to be combined and cultured simultaneously, it is called as livestock integrated fish farming. In this integrated fish farming, the excreta of ducks, excreta of chickens, excreta of pigs, cattle, poultry, rabbit, all these are the goats are used directly in ponds as a manure, as a fertilizer to increase the plankton production, which is consumed by fish or serve as a direct food for the fish. Means those food material these are to be supplied to these animals, livestock. Wastage of this livestock food these are to be used as food for fishes. Second, the fecal matter of these animals, fecal matter of rabbit, fecal matter of goat, fecal matter of duck, fecal matter of poultry, fecal matter of pig, fecal matter of cattle, all these are to be act as a directly manure or the fertilizer, and which is to be consumed by the fish direct food. Hence The expenditure toward the chemical fertilizers and supplementary foods for fish culture, for the pond culture, totally avoided, and reducing the production cost. And reducing the production cost means this livestock, these are to be used, these are to be cultured with aquaculture. It is to be reduces the production, reduces the expenditure, and when expenditure these are to be reduced, ultimately fish farmers, fish culturists, these are to be benefited, and that's why this livestock integrated fish farming is important, it is to be essential. Cattle come fish integrated fish farming. Cattle come integrated fish farming. Cow dung is the most widely used manure in which ponds all over the world. A healthy cow excretes over 10,000 to 4,000 kg dung. These are to be used, these are to be operated. 3,500 to 4,000 kg or the liter urine annually, these are to be liberated in ponds, in the tanks. Means cow dung as well as the urine, both these are to be used as a fertilizer, both these are to be used as a manure, and when these fertilizer and manure, these are to be used for 1 hectare pond, 5 to 6 cow can be provided adequate manure. In additional income is to be generated from the milk near about 9,000 liters per year, and fish production ranges from, it is to be 3,000 to 4,000 kg fish per hectare per year. How much fish production these are to be done in this? That is the cattle cum fish farming, cattle cum integrated fish farming. For 1 hectare, 5 to 6 cows these are to be cultured, these are to be grown, adequate manure these are to produce, and additional income these are to be generated. What is the additional income which is to be generated? That is near about 9,000 liter per year milk these are to be produced, and this milk is to be earned a additional cost, it is to be earn a additional benefit, as well as fish production these are to be occur. Fish production these are to be formed in the cattle cum integrated fish farming in a range of 1 hectare, 3,000 to 4,000 kg fish per hectare per year it is to be produced. Means both side milk is to be produced, some earning these are to be earned from the milk production, and some earning these are to be earned from the fish production, and it is the minimize the risk of fish farmer, minimize the risk of the fish culturist. Hence this integrated fish farming, or hence this cattle cum fish farming, these are to be important, these are to be essential. Then pig cum fish farming, pig cum fish farming, or it is called as the pig fish integrated fish farming. When pig culture is done by farming, what do you mean by pig cum fish farming or integrated fish farming? When pig culture is done by farming with fishes in an enclosure, with both these are complementary to one another. One side fishes these are to be complement to the pig, another side pig is to be complement to the fish. That's why both these are complementary to one another and increase the production of that pig as well as fish from that water body is called as the pig cum fish farming, or it is called as the pig fish integrated farming. Means one side pig production is to be produced and another side fish production is to be produced. Both these are to be produced, and it is to be good choice, good opportunities for the fish farmer, fish culturist. When different two animals have been cultured, when different two animals have been cultured in a same water body, and these animals are beneficial to each other, and that culture is called as integrated fish farming or pig cum integrated fish farming. In a water body, both these animals were cultured and avoided the loss of fish farmers and increased their productions and achieved this output in a short water body, in a small water body, in short period. It is called as the pig cum integrated fish farming. In this pig cum integrated fish farming system, 60 to 100 number of pigs are enough 60 to 100 number of pigs are enough to fertilize 1 hectare area of fish pond. A floor space of 3 to 4 meters square is required for a single pig. 5 tons of pig's manure is to be required for manuring 1 hectare fish pond for 1 year. Pigs are fed with kitchen waste. Pigs are fed with aquatic waste. Pigs are fed with other different crop waste or the plants waste. Means these fishes these are to be used, and those are the excreta. Those are the excreta of the pig. These are to be used as fertilizer for fishes. The waste produced by 30 to 35 pigs is equivalent to 1 ton of ammonia or ammonium sulfate. It is equivalent to exotic breeds like white Yorkshire, Landrace and Hampshire are reared in this farming system. Grass carp, silver carp, common carp. These grass carp, silver carp and common carp in a ratio of 1:1. In this ratio, grass carp, silver carp and common carp these are to be suitably stocked in a pig cum fish farming, and suitably these are to be integrated farming these are to be done, and both side fish production is to be produced as well as the pig production is to be produced. It is called as the pig cum fish farming. And the last is called as poultry cum integrated fish farming. Here chicken or poultry are to be the cultured. Chicken or poultry are to be the cultured in a combination with fish, or any aquatic animal. Means the chicken are cultured on center and sides are to be packed in a body or in a footing device. Below in this device, water body fishes these are to be present, and in this water body fishes these are to be cultured. When these poultry these are to be fecal matter these are to produce. Some food material these are to be fall down in water. These waste or excreta of these poultry are used as food for fishes, as like this to be used as a fertilizer for fishes, and fish culture is to be done. Fish culture with poultry condition. It is also called as poultry cum integrated fish farming or fish cum poultry farming. It is beneficial for fish farmer as well as beneficial for other different fish culture. Is to minimize the risk of aquaculture and alternative income opportunities of these fish farmers, and chicken production which is helpful for the aquaculturists, and it is also provide those are the consumable person of the chicken. They have easily available chicken and their shortage is to be not occur. That's why this poultry cum fish farming is also important, essential. Chicken droppings are rich in phosphorus and nitrogen, so chicken manure is an effective fertilizer. Chicken manure is an effective fertilizer. For 1 hectare fish pond, 25,000 chicks can be reared. For 1 hectare fish farm, 25,000 chicks can be reared. Poultry shed is to be constructed above the pond with bamboo flooring or to facilitate the iron flooring. Direct fertilization of these ponds, and below to these shelter of chicken in water bodies, fishes can be cultured. One chicken produces 25 kg poultry manure per year. From poultry, 90,000 to 1 lakh eggs are to be produced, and 2,500 kg meat can be produced. And in these poultry cum fish farming, annually, when these poultry these are to be cultured, 3,000 to 4,500 kg of fish production can be produced without any chemical fertilizer, without any artificial food, without any supplementary feeding. Means in natural manner, this number of quantity of poultry and fish these are to be produced, and it is to be important and useful source for the fish production. With this, we have completed this unit, that is introduction to aquaculture. Hope you have understood. Any problem, difficulty, ask you. Thank you, all of you.